A freezing day to fly the Falcon. Hey everyone, it's Herb from World of Walt, and welcome to another live broadcast from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. It is a chilly Saturday here in Orlando, or at least it's going to be 56 right now. Going to be down to the mid to upper 20s overnight. That's cold, at least for us Floridians, where our blood is kind of thinned out. But here we are in Hollywood. You can see we're 2,532 miles away from Orlando and 2,158 miles, 2,532 from Boston, 2,158 from Orlando. So we're in Hollywood, but of course we are at Disney World. Belkis, Michael, hello to you. Carla, that is very cold for us. JF Non-Fee on YouTube, hello to you. Thank you for joining. Tracy, good morning. Gerald, nice to see you. Hope that you are all keeping warm. It's a little chillier here than I had expected. Yesterday when we looked at the forecast during the afternoon, it was going to get up, I think, into the 60s. But now it's not going to get much out of the 50s, and we are getting cold fast. Dustin on YouTube, hello to you. Carol Ann, south of Raleigh, where it is snowing. Hope you're staying warm. Jerry, Susan, good morning to you. Hi, Ronnie. So today I have a Lightning Lane reservation for the Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. So we're going to go and check that out. We'll say hello to the local residents here before we do, which is kind of fun. Sue, good morning. Chris asked, is it possible to get some sort of Disney souvenir delivered home every single month? That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking it and winning the award of my undying appreciation. And it means it's time for a shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Marta has 0 in Ohio. I'm seeing snow in Indianapolis. Belkis is just saying it's cold. Tanya, happy Saturday to you. 10 degrees. Yikes. Heather asked if I ever live streamed the Frozen show here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I have a few times. And it's actually fun. Frozen Ever After, or no, it's not Frozen Ever After, it's the Frozen Sing-Along. And it's a great show. I like it. The problem is that it is just chock full of copyrighted material, and Facebook and other platforms don't like that, so they typically kind of, not that they shut down the live broadcast, but they don't really allow it to stick around after. So something I might do every once in a while. Thomas, hello to you. On YouTube says, sorry we sent you this cold. Yes, you did, but it's okay. No, it's not directly your fault. Rena, hello to you. Not getting any notifications on Facebook. Yes, all I can say is Facebook works in mysterious ways. There was a time in a place when Facebook was very consistent about notifying people about live broadcasts, and now it is, I think there's a random number generator out there that decides whether or not you should get a notification. But good news is that almost every Saturday at 10 a.m. I am at a Disney park or other Disney location, short of weddings or vacations or something like that. So you can set your sundial and I will be here. Alice had to cancel February trip for broken pipes. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds terrible on multiple levels. Susan in South Florida has probably got one of the highest temperatures here on the broadcast at 61. Good for you. Eileen, good morning. 0 degrees in New Jersey. Normally at this point I would say I'm happy to send you some Florida sunshine and some Florida warmth. We don't have very much of either right now. But we are having our 1.5 weeks of winter. So we know it happens and we deal with it. We put on our heavy jackets and we move on. Heather in Wisconsin, hello to you. Ed said burr and burr and no sunshine. I know, we just sort of had a gray. It feels like winter. Donald, good morning to you. Oh.
Try to break a world record? I mean, I think if they really wanted that, they'd probably
Hello, Elmer on YouTube.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Oh, awesome! easy to convince this dude. Just takes a little chanting.
Well, here's an obscure little record that I know of. You want to juggle first? Uh-oh, Donald's going to juggle.
Oh, awesome.
The record I know of, there was a duck about 40 years ago that balanced 4 juggling balls on his bill.
It's true.
I have those 3 and 2 more. I have 5 juggling balls here today.
Chris, the perfect amount to set a new record?
Let's do it.
Oh, come on. Here goes nothing,
All right,
dude.
Donald, I'll take those. You face forward, center yourself, find your inner chi, be the juggling ball, Donald Duck, be the ball. Here we go. Juggling ball number 1 coming in. Be strong, Donald.
Just like Donald Duck is number 1, which is why we're going to double up real quick, Donnie D.
Juggling ball number 3 coming in hot like a cold winter morning in Orlando.
All right, whoa! Lost number 3, but number 4 should hold it in place. And if we're gonna add that 5th ball and set a new record, we're gonna need a kid ready to ring the record-setting bell. Dude, what's your name? Ryan? Give it up for Ryan! Everyone. Oh, Ryan, they love you. Come on over here. Let's hang by the bell, see if Donnie D's got what it takes.
All right, here we go. Juggling ball number. Say goodbye to that old record, Daffy. There's a new duck in
For
town.
91 years. Oh yeah, Ryan, ring that bell. All together, that's a record. Friends, give it up for Donald Duck and give it up for Ryan on the bell. Hey, Ryan, crazy idea. Should we take a photo finish with Donald Duck now that he's here? Here, come stand next to this giant feathered dude. We'll make some faces at Mom's phone. Mom's trying to get verified on Instagram, Ryan. This is how it's done. Let's make some faces. Come on, one more time for Ryan, everyone! But Savannah, crazy idea. Donnie D wasn't here when you helped us set a record. You want to get a photo
That's
as well,
fun.
Savannah?
Keith, good morning to you.
This array now. Classic Savannah.
Arlene says, hello to Donald and Brian. Ryan looks like he's a rock star for the day. He's going to be a social media celebrity before you know it. Little Mermaid, a musical adventure off to our left. Fun show. I've done broadcasts of that before. We know the story, but seeing it retold in a refreshed theater with great talent is always fun. The primary box there that holds that theater was recently repainted. It was sort of a blue and gray, and now this area is moving towards sort of tan colors that match the construction fence. It actually looks like there's some sort of a large piece of construction equipment, like a backhoe or something, operating today on a Saturday. Paul, good morning to you in Rhode Island. Elmer, thank you for sharing this stroll on YouTube. Appreciate that. Tracy asked if anyone is seeing it on YouTube. I've seen a few YouTube comments, including Elmer, so that's good. Sandy, hello to you from a cold and snowy Chicago. Mary says, misses the arch. Yeah, it was like a symbol of Hollywood Studios at some times on and off. But I guess that will give a clear view back to the sorcerer hat symbol that's going to be on the new animation building. Looking forward to this showing up. I think it's coming relatively soon. Fun artwork showing a whole collection of animated characters. We'll get to see what this new animation courtyard is going to look like with the animation experience. It should be a lot of fun. Janice, YouTube on the TV, Facebook on the laptop. You can never get too many copies of the World of Walt live broadcast going on. Thank you for that. It's a great way to get the word out. Really appreciate it. Keith is asking a deep, deep question that needs to be considered for the future of humanity, which is it time for a shameless plug? And Keith, I think it is. Thank you for prompting it. You win the award, which you know is my undying appreciation. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Looks like the animation courtyard is going to be getting some new foliage, which is kind of nice, and a straight visual look right back down there to that sorcerer hat. So the sorcerer hat is returning to Hollywood Studios, just in a different place, in a different size. So for those people who are the hat lovers, really meaning the one in front of the Chinese theater, we're going to get a hat, just different. Mary Martin, thank you for sharing. Keith likes the greenery. Tracy said, found it on YouTube. Tracy, thank you so much. Brian said we were seeing some construction walls in their natural habitat of construction. Yes, we are. Here's a quote to live by. I can fix it. Sounds like a Wreck-It Ralph sort of thing. Definitely not me when it comes to my car. Jeffrey said BioReconstruct has some good recent photos of Hollywood studios. Yeah, so that's great. I follow him on the interwebs. So some of you may know that there is a person out there who goes by the handle BioReconstruct, who flies a plane over Disney property and often takes photos of different happenings, construction, so on. So where things are hidden behind construction fences here on the ground, from his eye in the sky, he can see a little bit more about what's going on. Jake, good morning to you on YouTube in Tulsa, Oklahoma, watching there, 10 degrees. Yikes, that sounds cold. Bill says, morning from Little Rock. Thanks for bringing some magic every week. It is my pleasure. Thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate everyone's comments, your likes, your shares. It makes this process fun. And we've been doing it together for many, many years, so thanks to all of you. If it were just me here walking around talking to myself, somebody might call Protective Services, so it's good. We're actually going to walk down Pixar Place here just a little bit, see what's going on. Then we'll make our way back out through Toy Story Land and over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for our flight on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Michelle says, is it cold enough to see Elsa out today? Yeah, she'd probably feel quite at home here. Vicky the Georgia Peach now watching. Thank you, Vicky, for being there on YouTube. Bruce says, thought Disney airspace was restricted. You know, it was for a long, long time, but I think after the pandemic, Disney lost that, and maybe with some of the political hubbub that was going on. So now it is no longer protected as it once was. Iona says, grab a coffee. I may need to get a warm drink on the way back. Tammy's a Star Wars fan. Joy is here. Very fun. It looks like Frozone is coming out. The little guys are not so sure about this character. They're ready for some more Pixar. John, good morning to you, and good morning to Edna Mode. Edna's only got a 5-minute wait.
Is that the line?
I'm not sure, I'm sorry. Oh, I see Sully. You know what, Sully's probably feeling pretty good in his fur today. Not a job you necessarily want in July, but in January, pretty good. This is incredible. Mickey, hoodies at Disney, that is true. Lisa says, a lot colder in Massachusetts, below 0. Yes, we have no right to complain here in Florida, but, you know, we might still do that anyway. You can see Edna in there greeting her fans. Darling, no capes. Edna's looking good. I don't know, is Edna on her own here? Edna, we're having a staring contest. That was fun. I think Edna's feeling a little bit alone. Sue says, from New England, now living in Florida, and she is cold. Sue, that makes me feel better. Thank you. Linda says Disney sweatshirts and hoodies must be flying off the shelves. I think you are right. Hot coffee as well. I'm sure that Starbucks has a big line. Ah, the neighborhood cookie stand. Terry, good morning to you. Thank you for sharing. Waiting for the blizzard to begin in Raleigh. Mitchell said lots of characters out for sure. Deborah says wishes it were 57 where it is bone-chilling cold. And this is a good thing. I've tried this several times. It's Jack Jack's Num Num Cookie. If you like chocolate chips, it's good. It's a good thing. Wow, Janet made it to 1 degree. Tanya said, Edna, that's funny. Bridget, good morning to you. Ruth said, Floridians don't have insulated houses, so it's worse for them. And we don't have insulated blood. Looks like Jessie is out and Woody. John's down for a Num Num Cookie. Yeah, this place is hopping with characters. Gerald, a balmy 2 degrees in Omaha. Okay, Joffrey's Coffee. Yeah, there's a backup line here. This line just keeps going and going and going and going. Lori, hello to you in North Dakota. Antoinette says, a great day to be a character, not too hot, agree. If I was ever going to have the job of being Sully from Monsters, Inc., it would be today. Tanya would vote for a Num Num Cookie. Tiffany says, perfect weather for the characters. It is for sure. Donna, hello to you and YouTube and all the other Frozen folks out there. Tanya is a big fan of the chocolate chips. Peggy says, time for an Irish coffee. Ah, Iona says, mobile order, fast pickup, good idea. Mitchell says, get 2 coffees and give one to somebody at the back of the line. That's a great idea. Make somebody's day. Heather says, love the rope drop Joffreys. Susan says, a chilly day in Disney is way better than the -7 in Michigan. Asked if the cookies are warm. I do think at that location the Num Num cookies are warmed up. I hear a little bit of drumming. I wonder if we're going to get some soldiers coming out. I think it's very possible that we are. Oh no, that's a photographer. Although we're still happy to see her. Let's wait a second to see. Joanne says, was hoping to see some blue skies. Steve says, need a sweatshirt of the month. That would be great for like 6 months out of the year. Mitchell says, cookies from Gideon's. I think one of my all-time favorite food items on the planet is a Gideon's chocolate chip cookie, just covered with chocolate chips and big chunks of salt. It is amazing. Magical Pixie Dust Sandy, good morning to you on YouTube. Nice to see you. Barbara, National Hot Chocolate Day, good idea. That is a good idea. All right, I was thinking maybe the Soldiers Drum Corps was going to be coming out here pretty soon, but maybe not quite yet. They're just getting warmed up. On a day like today, they might need some time.
No, the other one.
Steve, you've got 3 weeks to go. Hope you have a great upcoming trip. Tony says, okay, he wants a cookie now. Sorry. It's just part of my ongoing reporting. It's a duty and a responsibility of all pseudo-journalists to share what's happening. So, actually, I'm not even a pseudo-journalist. Scott, favorite places is Woody's Lunchbox. Barbecue sandwich is fantastic. There's some good spots here. Carol on YouTube, freezing 37 in Northern California. Yikes. Or maybe, I guess it was California. I went by kind of quick. Phil says 22 in Birmingham with flurries. Hope you stay warm. So a pretty good crowd of people here. You don't see too many folks wearing shorts. There's people from Minnesota and Wisconsin. There are a few of them here. But even today, Floridians have got like 4 layers on, but people up north, they're down to 2. But at the end of the day, it's going to be cold for everybody. Our bang about 2 weeks ago for daughter's birthday on YouTube. Hope you had a great visit. Love Slinky Dog. Don't so much love the wait. It's a thing to do, either a road crop or a very last thing of the day, but even then this ride seemed to always have a perpetual line. Keith said, didn't do the usual Friday post. Yes, I did not. You are right. I was working late and then had some family events going on, so Friday just got away from me. Normally I do try to do a post on Friday evenings to let everybody know where I'm going to be on Saturday, so you can join me. Sharon Brown, hello to you in Ohio, 7 degrees. Thank you for joining on YouTube. Paul says it's 9 in Rhode Island. All these temperatures make me realize that it's not that cold here, but to me it's still cold. Krista was here 2 weeks ago. Shorts one day, jeans the next. That's what it can be like. Okay, who doesn't love the Toy Story alien? How much fun is that? Mike says, any news on the new Muppet Show at Disney? Not that I have seen. Tony, ooh, the claw. The claw chooses who stays and goes. Peggy says, loves the Florida weather. So Woody's Lunchbox over here to the left, grilled sandwiches, grown-up drinks, ice cream floats, desserts, kids menu. This area has really expanded over the past couple of years with a lot more covered seating. Pretty popular spot. Let's take a moment and we'll watch a run of alien swirling saucers here. Yes, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I watch you all the time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
Where are you from?
From Idaho.
Idaho. So it's like summertime for you.
Oh, yes. This is balmy. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
This is so, we've been watching you for years.
Thank you so much. It's nice of you to say hi.
Yeah.
How's your trip going?
Oh, it's going really well.
Good.
Yeah, we're doing great. It's fun. You guys having fun?
Favorite ride, anybody? Favorite ride?
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. That's one of my favorites too. How about you? Do you have a favorite?
the
Slinky Dog Dash. Great choice. I like that one too. Good job.
Thank you so much for seeing us.
Yeah, thank you for saying hi. I appreciate it. Stay warm and I hope you enjoy your visit.
Thank you. We will. We'll
Thanks.
keep watching you online.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. You
Bye-bye.
too.
That was fun. I always appreciate when people take a moment to say hi. So thanks to everyone who has done that in the past. Okay, we are waiting for the aliens to fire up. Looks like people are seated and ready to go. That was a very nice family, I agree. John says the cold never bothered me anyway. Judy says best ride is the car ride coming up to the parks. Sometimes that anticipation can be great. Mitchell said we got to see each other at Epcot. Appreciate your saying hello. Most people are smiling. Some people are holding on for dear life. Very fun. Watch me whip, watch me nay. Michael says touring plans, crowd calendar says 6 out of 10 today. Oh, that's interesting. I guess it's about a middling sort of crowd level. Elmer says around, around they go, and where they stop, everybody knows. Mike says, have I ever sang with a Dapper Dans? I have not. I'm a huge fan of the Dapper Dans. Actually, any group that can just go on vocals, like the Voices of Liberty over the American Adventure at Epcot, or the Dapper Dans on Main Street USA at the Magic Kingdom. I'm always so impressed at the incredible talent. I always, not always, I typically try to stop and say, or not say, I typically try to stop and take it in for at least a few minutes. I'll get it spit out. I'll just blame this on cold lips. Kristen's a fan of the saucer ride. Ron is asking about the temperature here. It is 57 right now. Tonight and early morning tomorrow, it's going to get to be in the low, well, mid to upper 20s. I do not remember these light fixtures here before. Can anyone check me? Were these here all along and I just didn't really realize them? To me, they seem kind of new. Michael says, hidden talent, sang in a barbershop quartet in high school. Very cool. Danielle on YouTube, welcome to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Mitchell says, remembers them. Okay. Buster says they were there. All right. I guess my brain just erased them. Maybe I don't see them very often with the lights on, because I'm usually here during the day. Barbie says they're new. They just opened up that new seating area. Okay. Linda said, possibly heaters disguised as light posts. We could use that today. They look like heat lamps. Okay, so I'm getting different opinions on whether they were there or not. Wherever, they're kind of cool. Janet says, watch out for falling iguanas. I don't think we have that here in Central Florida, but in South Florida, it is a thing. Tanya says, how about some blue milk and a Ronto wrap? That's like the perfect Star Wars Galaxy's Edge meal right there. I'll say hello to the droids. Keith says, I need a GoFundMe for the heat pump this winter. I can imagine that the electric bill is going to go up just a bit. Ronnie says, not crowded. It's not too bad. Buster, the wind chill of 7 degrees at Hilton Head. That sounds cold. Okay, they were sort of tweaking and moving before, but I guess that's over. Judy says, let's go into Chewie mode. That's kind of fun. So some of you may have heard that there is a hidden feature on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction where something like if everybody who's in the ship hits a certain button at a certain time at the start of the ride, instead of hearing the Hondo narration, you just hear Chewie the whole time in his Wookiee language, which is kind of very fun. Cindy says, we're at Disney last week, ready to go back. Mike says, being a third-generation barbershopper, wow, 3 generations singing the same chorus. Grandmother stepped in for the sweet add-ons. How fun. That's great, great family tradition. Let's pass down the talon genes. Everybody's kind of hanging out here waiting for Kylo Ren and or stormtroopers to still make their hellos, greet their adoring fans. John said, is this Hoth or Batu? This is the question. I guess the weather feels more like Hoth today. Buster said it would be hilarious yet very annoying to hear Chewie for the entire ride. I'm sure there are videos on YouTube of people experiencing that. If you just look up Millennium Falcon Chewie mode.
You're doing a fantastic job with the spying.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to do my best to support the cause.
Much appreciated. Have you been spying on the First Order much?
Well, a little. Just.
Nice enough. Let me know if you gather any intel we can use to defeat them.
I'll fill you in. Thank you. That was fun. Judy says instead of cats and dogs, it's raining droids and Wookiees. Michael says she's back, a great character. It's fun that she kind of came up and said something to me. I think that's exciting. Caroline says I'm popular today. Yeah, it is my lucky day, I think.
Celebrated and get. I shoved it in there. That's it. Sorry.
Mike Hicks says, did you know that Mike Rowe sang by Barbershop in his days? I did not know that. That's very cool. There she is, the fastest hunk of junk in the universe, the Millennium Falcon, ready to do some smuggling and running. Janet says, cool interaction. That was fun. That was very fun. If she has to have always spying, it's like, I need to look if there are stormtroopers around here before I answer this question. Amy Beth says, freezing in New York, but this warms your heart. Thank you, Amy Beth. I appreciate that. Mitchell says, cool ride. That it is. All right, it is time. Stand by. Not sure if that's a 30 or a 50. Let's see once we get up here. But I've got my lightning lane. Disney extracted its money out of me. Stand by 45. Okay, maybe there was a 50 a minute ago. Mary Martin says, a great place for a picture. Thank you. We're in. Buster says, buckle up, Buttercup, time to fly. I love it. It is time to fly. Carol has 11 in New Hampshire on YouTube. Hello to you. Stacy says, loves the Han Solo sarcasm. Very fun. Mitchell, thanks for putting a link over to the Pin of the Month Club and prompting a unsolicited shameless plug. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Delaney says, thanks for the tour. Delaney, you're welcome. Ooh, I feel the heat is on in here, and I'm thankful for that.
Wait. What did you just connect? Because the thrust vectors are moving. No, don't touch anything. This is the first time those little suckers have moved since we brought the engine in here.
Judy says, we need to do some barrel rolls in the Falcon. It's probably better on the screen than it is here in Batu.
Oh, no, it's not going to be happy. Well, we're not going to get a lot of smuggling, transporting done without an engine, now are we?
Mike says, question, did they build the Falcon or was it a movie prop? So I don't know if this is true, but I think I read that the Falcon had never been completely built all in one piece as part of any of the movies, that it was just sort of bits and pieces that were created and stitched together using movie magic. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong there for everybody, that the Millennium Falcon that was built here at Hollywood Studios and at Disneyland was the first time a full-size ship had been crafted. Lorna, good morning. Okay, got a little bit of a line, not too bad. A bit of a concrete bunker right now. Lisa, good morning. In Massachusetts, 14 degrees. Ronnie, we did not have much of a wait for sure. Mostly walk on. I think we'll be getting up there pretty soon. The lightning lane options were slim pickings this past Wednesday at 7 a.m. At least early morning ones. Mickey says, hurry up and wait. Story of my life. Greg, good morning to you. Judy says, time, oh, I missed the message. Rita, hello. Snow and ice in Henderson, Tennessee, day 7. Wow. Hope that you warm up. Bill and Audrey asking for the temperature here. As of right now, it is 57. Probably about as high as we're going to get today. So tonight and overnight, tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the mid-20s. It's going to be cold. Ronnie says, thanks, favorite ride. Very good. Diane says, loves the tours. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate your being here and spending a bit of your Saturday. Thanks to everyone who watches after the fact.
Gar Fabby, pick up the comm. This is Gar. Go ahead. Gar, what's the status on the cargo for the Falcon? Well, working as fast as I can.
Krista said, didn't know the air system could blow heat. There's only summer. But felt the heat blowing out of the mine train a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think they're prepared for both sides of the equation, even though the air conditioning certainly outstrips the heat.
Here, he's so cute. Gar, we don't have time.
Time is getting close. Tracy says, good thing you don't broadcast on Sunday morning. That for sure. It's going to be a cold morning tomorrow.
Great, whatever, please, just don't. I'm going to try to touch it.
Very cold for Florida. They're calling for snow. I think there there was talk of flurries in maybe North Florida. I guess it's theoretically possible maybe some of the spots up there by Alabama could get a little bit of a dusting. Maybe that's not unheard of. Folks who live there, you might be able to check me. But here, if anything comes down, I don't think it's going to stick. Although I have been seeing frost on the roofs of the houses in my neighborhood early in the morning, which is kind of a weird thing to see. Dicky at 9 degrees right now in Columbus, Ohio, with a foot of snow from last week's storm. Hope that you're all shoveled out. Heather, the saying of the day, a cold day at Disney is still better than a cold day somewhere else. Good point. Definitely agree with you on that. Gail, hello to you from Frozen Long Island on YouTube, 15 degrees.
My left. How many?
What?
Go to my left. How many, guys? Go to my left.
Looks like Hondo's in good shape today.
We don't even deliver ion disruptors. They're illegal. You know that. Shifter. Well, I had a bad feeling about that last group. But
Bad feeling.
This is the group I've been waiting for. Yes. Come in. I have an opportunity for you all that is bad, dangerous. I was going to say profitable. You think I'm so heartless I would send my friends to danger? You insult my honor. And believe me, I have very little honor to insult. We'll talk later.
If you need some bread and milk for the storm, you're out of luck. I remember those days in Ohio.
Yes. Hello, my friends. I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy. Pilots to navigate, engineers to operate the ship, and gunners to defend the shipments. And that is where you come in. Oh, the Millennium Falcon. On loan for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend. Yes, as we agreed. You let us use the ship. We'll get you the supplies you need. It's a win-win. You help the resistance, and I get all the profits. What? The first order will never know we were there. Okay, time to go. Bye-bye. We better go before he changes his mind. Move along, my friends. Listen carefully and remember.
Bernadette asks, how is Hondo showing up here? He is an animatronic. Well, he's a character. But after that, he's an audio animatronic. And a very good one at that.
One person in the second row behind them. How many? One in the second row as well, please. How many? Two in the third row. So two. 3 rows of 2. You guys are a crew of 6 now. Make sure you stick together and head on inside.
All the way down, guys. All the way down.
Second seat, I think we're the gunner.
It's a new year. You're not gonna crash this time, right? Well, I gotta say, there's a lot of troops on the Falcon. We kind of lost coverage after we crashed it. Yeah, that's probably where we lost our coverage actually. But it's okay. You know what? If you guys crash it, it's still okay. Just make sure it's gonna be out of your paycheck, okay? Because I don't have any money to pay for that. Yeah. Exactly. All right, friends, you need to be right behind us. We'll have so much fun, guys. Don't crash it again, okay?
No crashing allowed. Michael asked if they give out the cards that describe the position. Actually, they don't. Or at least they're not today, and I don't remember seeing those for the past several trips. Tammy, good morning to you in North Carolina. Susan, I'll do my best not to crash up the Falcon. Hondo will deduct it from my salary. Mitchell says, very cool to be inside the Falcon after growing up in the movies. I agree with you. It's a very amazing experience here.
Should I be nervous? Okay, well, you know what? If you're going to crash, I'll just write. All right, give me one.
My gunners, the square buttons are your blasters, the orange circles are your missiles. You can choose automatic or manual mode, automatic. My engineers, press anything that lights up to fix any damage caused to the ship. Any bags go at your feet.
My next group just pause right there for me, okay, friends?
Waiting on Hondo.
Once we get on the ship, I'll be quiet so that you and those around me can see what's going on. And hear what's going on.
And then the next group, you guys can come with me down the middle. All right, friends, we're just going to hang out here for a moment.
My next crew, pilot, engineers, you're going left to right, straight.
Look back. I did not think I would see you again after the incident. You're braver than I thought. You will be intercepting a first-order train shipment of coaxium. Gunners, you clear the path. Pilots, line up behind the train. And engineers, you harpoon that precious cargo. And as we always say at Onaka Transport Solutions, get out of here and go back home. commando some money.
Remain seated and
We
supervise
always say
younglings.
that.
Alright, crew, buckle up, please. Big bags, wet your teeth. Alright, put up on the tags, beautiful.
Flight engineer,
We're off.
repair test. Hit your flashing button. You'd better be faster when we get into real trouble. Right, pilot, push the flashing button to take off. Pilot on the left, move your stick to fly right and left. I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right, pull back on the stick to fly up, and push forward to fly down. Weapons are online. Left pilot, hit the booster. Now let's go get that coaxium. Right pilot, make the jump to light speed. Great. Yes, keep shooting. They block onto us. Take evasive action. There it is. After that plane. Flight engineers, fire the harpoon. Excellent. Now, gunners, shoot the cargo free. The pilot brakes. Well, my friends, that could have been much worse. Okay, it's much worse. Yes, you got one. Excellent, my friends. Now cover up the ship. Well, I grab the coaxium. You see, just as I promised, my friend. Now that the resistance has what they need, they can do something on Hondo. Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Get behind the train. Pilots, into the center. Flight engineers, fire the harpoons and reel us in. Shoot the train. I thought you had it. Guns? Oh, that's moving. Things are getting too hot. We got to get out of here. It's a distraction. Fire the missiles at the train. Hurry. Watch out. The Star Destroyer is collapsing. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Boost, boost, boost. Look, we cannot die. Let's get out of here. Yes, Chewie will pilot us in remotely. You retrieved one container of coaxium. This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud. Now, after my modest profit, your cut minus what you owe me for damaging the Falcon is... Oh, that is rough. R5, damage report. Engine failure. Hyperdrive leak. That is not too good. Multiple hull ruptures. Could be worse. All right, I'm making an executive decision. Everybody out. Go on, get out.
All available
Well, just a little bit of
packs.
damage
We
here.
have a Millennium freighter that needs immediate transport back to the maintenance bay.
That was fun.
This thing is
That was fun.
practically scrap metal.
Keith, ooch, ouch, ouch, that was rough. Hano always says that. He's tough. Yeah, just a little bit of damage. Tony saved us from the dark side. Glad to do that. Susan, thank you for the encouragement. Eileen says, thanks for the ride. You're very welcome. Rick Martin says, glad it's over. Made her Disney. Dizzy, not Disney. Tammy said, thanks for the ride. You're very welcome. Kathy said, great job. Thank you. Says, next up, we need to do Mission Space Orange. It's been a while since I've been on that attraction. The good news is that there typically aren't extremely long lines for Mission Space anymore. Kimberly says, thanks for the Disney fix. Something I haven't been on yet. Wow, I hope you get a chance to experience it. If you're okay with simulator rides, it is a really good one. Betsy said, fun trip. Tammy says, love the dark side. Like the ride. It's a lot of fun. Hondo's a good character, too. Stormtroopers are out. Very fun. I love when there are lots of characters out. And today seems to be like a character palooza kind of day. Lots and lots of characters. Pixar, Star Wars, so much fun. Pam says, thanks, made up for the lack of Florida sunshine here. Appreciate your saying that. We'll take another couple of minutes to make our way out of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and over towards the new construction zone for the Monsters, Inc. land. They're making good progress. I think I mentioned this before, but the scuttlebutt is that a lot of these projects, the Imagineers, construction workers are working to get the projects far enough along as possible so that once the CEO change happens at Disney, that there's less chance that their work and their jobs are going to get canceled, which kind of makes sense. Sometimes that's what you got to do. I think I'm swimming on the wrong side of the stream here. Okay, there we go. Back over the right side. Beverly, hope to see you as well next week. Michael says we miss Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy. John said he can smell the Ronto wraps. This area is very, very fun. Deborah sees the jackets and the hats. It is a jacket and hat kind of day here in Central Florida for sure. Only up to the 50s today. It'll be down into the 20s. I'll be firing up my electric blanket. Yes, I do have an electric blanket. Living in Florida, I have one. Amy says, doesn't look overly crowded. Yeah, there have been certain spots where we've been through the park where it's like, this is not bad at all. Other spots, like when we were walking through the middle of Toy Story Land, like, yeah, there are a lot of people here. Someone said the touring plan's guesstimate of crowd levels was a 6 out of 10, and I would say that's kind of what it feels like today. Karen, thank you for being here. Ron says the Ronto wraps are delicious. Deborah says a good time to walk in the parks is when it's more comfortable than 95 degrees. I totally get that. When it is August and 98 degrees and 98% humidity, it's a sticky time to be here. So, and really 55 compared to like -7 in the north. It's like a summertime sort of temperature difference at least, so it probably feels pretty good. Uh-oh, looks like Rise of Resistance is experiencing some technical difficulties. That's sad. Sandy says, thanks for some Disney magic. You are very welcome. Jackie says she sees some shorts. I've spotted 1 or 2 people who have been wearing shorts, although one guy I saw was wearing shorts, but he had really long socks. So it's like, oh, that's an interesting trick. Deborah says, it's like New York City weather with hot pretzels. Robert says, wind, water, cold, fun rides. We are in for a weather roller coaster here. Barb has 65 degrees in Miami on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Hope we're getting a little more sun than we are. But I think everywhere it's a chilly day. Well, everywhere except maybe Miami. Adam says, he knows another way to get some Disney magic delivered every single month. Adam, you're a very intelligent person, I could tell it. Thank you for prompting the shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club and winning the word of my never-ending, undying appreciation. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Gelato stand, not mobbed right now. Not mobbed. Mike and Sully to the rescue. They're looking good. Monsters Inc. land under construction with a Monsters Inc. door coaster there at the top of the concept art. And the theater, the Glob Theater, so the Globe, it's kind of fun. At Harryhausen's, it's gotta be sushi. Gotta be. All right, everyone, that is going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for being here on this live broadcast from the Disney's Hollywood Studio theme park at Walt Disney World in chilly Central Florida. Had a fun chance to walk down Hollywood Boulevard to make our way to Toy Story Land and take a ride on the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, Star Wars Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Wishing you all a great week, a great weekend. I hope that you all stay warm and safe. And until next time, God bless.